Dear students, we have discussed the conformation affects the strength of acids. Today, we also some more examples which affects the strength of acids by related to the its conformation. The strength of acids, we previously discussed that it depends upon the position of substituents. We have one example, that is a tertiary butyl. Carboxylic acid, tertiary butyl cyclohexane carboxylic acid. This is a cis isomer and second is a trans isomer. Okay, this is considered as a cis because both groups are the same side at the top side. COH group at the same side, this tertiary butyl is also same side, and in this case carboxylic COH group is at the bottom and this is at the top side. Therefore this is a trans isomer. The pK value for cis isomer is 8.23 and for this compound 7.79 is a pK value for a trans compound. Previously we said that the pK value if less, then strength of acid is higher. Okay, by observing this value we can say that a trans isomer is a strong acid. Trans carboxylic acid is a strong acid. This can be explained by using the sololysis. Sololysis means the solvent will give the stability for carboxylate ions. Now when it loses the H plus ions, it gives the carboxylate ions. Okay, actually when you seen these two molecules, you found that this is the less stable and this is more stable, because in this case there is a 1,3 diaxial interaction, 1 2 3, there hydrogen is there, 1 2 3 XL 1,3 diaxial interaction is there, and in this case the 1,3 interaction is less minimized or no 1,3 diaxial interaction in trans isomer. Now this can be explained on the basis of sololysis. There is a solvent. If suppose it is dissolving H2, the H2O molecule will forms such kind of sololysis. It solvate the carboxylate ions, and these molecules of solvent prefers the less crowded side for the sololysis. You found that this is equatorial and this is equatorial. These two groups are away from each other, and therefore this COOH group, that is carboxylic acid groups or carboxylic ions, obtain equatorial COH is solute more easily than the acyl solulysis, because when your solvent molecules is came from this side, okay, this side is the acyl crowded side. Actually it is acyl and crowded side. Therefore it is difficult for the solvent molecules to solubilize the acyl carboxylate ions. Therefore we previously discussed that when your conjugate base is stable, then this acid or conjugate acid of that conjugate base, okay, this is the conjugate acid for the conjugate base, then this acid is a strong acid because its conjugate base is stable. Any means your conjugate carboxylate ions produce, if stable, then your acid is a strong acid. That's why the pK value for trans isomer is the 7.79 and for the cis isomer is 8.23. In this case, you are obtain carboxylate ions or conjugate base is less solvated. Okay, due to less solvation, this carboxylate ion is the feeling somehow unstable. This conjugate base is stabilized by the solulysis of solvent, and this conjugate base there is a very less solution is there, because when solvent molecule appears from acyl position, its crowded position, steric interaction is there of this carboxylate ions to 1,3 interaction, and again our solulysis is not possible or it less in quantity, because this acyl position is the somehow crowded position. That's why we can explain the pK value, say 7.79 and 8.28. 7.79 means it is a strong acid. If value is increases of pKa, it is a weak acid. Like that way we have explained the why the tertiary butyl, for tertiary butyl cyclohexane carboxylic acid, that is a trans, is less acidic than the 4 tertiary butyl cyclohexane carboxylic acid, which is a trans one. Okay, this is cis one. Cis is having less acidity than the trans conformation. Okay, like that way conformation affects the also solulysis of acids. Okay, this we have explained here why the trans isomer is a more acidic, why the trans isomer has the pK value is less. Now we have also conformation affects the adsorption. We have example for tertiary butyl cyclohexanol. One isomer is the cis isomer and second isomer is the trans isomer. Okay, this is a cis 4 tertiary butyl cyclohexanol, and this is a trans tertiary butyl cyclohexanols. When you add the one of the adsorbent, that is alumina, OC3H7 5 times with our alcohol, propyl alcohol and acetone. When you add this, there is equilibrium is established, and in this equilibrium you obtain there is a both our isomers is obtained. Okay, these are the two isomers, are the interconvertible isomers. Okay, actually it is epimers because there is only one, two chiral centers is there. Okay, this configuration is the same, on only one change in at a carbon, only one conformation configuration is changed, then that is the epimers. Okay, both these two are the epimers to each other. Okay, these are the epimers, and these epimers are the interconvertible. Okay, this is the polar OH is a polar group. Okay, if there in your molecule there is a polar group, it has the affinity or adsorbent affinity for such are adsorbent, that is like alumina. It can get adsorbed. But for the adsorption also, the adsorbent prefers the less crowded side. Okay, you found that these are the, okay, when you show the groups like that, CH3 and CH3, okay, hydrogen, okay, this also hydrogen, okay, hydrogen. Okay, this side is the crowded side. Therefore, adsorbents also not prefer this side for the adsorption of a molecule, or very less molecule is adsorbed on the alumina of cis isomer than the tris isomer. Okay, this side for the adsorption of the alumina is available easily. It adsorbs the trans molecule. Okay, this side is totally disposed for the adsorption of the alumina. Therefore, adsorption is also depends upon the conformation. Hence, we have proved, because this is obtained in 80% in this equilibrium, and in this obtain the 20% in this equilibrium. When you add this your adsorbent and alcohol with acetone, you found in this mixture the epimers which is trans obtained in higher quantity than the epimers which is the cis is obtained the lower quantity. If it is 80%, trans isomer obtained 80%, then cis isomer obtained the 20%. Okay, therefore we have discussed the also solulysis of acid is depends upon the conformation or the position of our groups. Okay, in case of carboxylic acid, the carboxylic acid which is at equatorial position or which is at less crowded position, then it is preferred for the solulysis of a solvent. Solulysis means the solvent molecule solulates it and it makes it stable. This is two examples. Adsorption is also depends upon and our solulysis also depends upon the conformation we have discussed. Thank you very much.